Hello, my League of Eagles, and welcome to Leaders in Light, Love, and Legacy. Woohoo, I love that title. We're live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fave Unite Radio, and we're global. We go everywhere. I'm Joy Ruffen, your Minister of Enlightenment, Awareness, and Awakenings, and your signature style and leadership specialist. If you're ready to step into the man or the woman that you're always meant to be here, to own your presence, elevate your style, and lead with unapologetic confidence, this is where it starts. And today, my featured guest speaker is going to deliver a lot of powerful information to you, which hopefully you'll partake of. This is a space where bold conversations ignite. We shine a light on your power, your presence, and your purpose in life, and explore the beautiful balance and the dance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine that we all carry within us, regardless to gender. Here we discover how to fully align them in heart, mind, and soul. And let me share with you that we're launching, starting soon, actually by this time it started, my Style Clarity Bundle. It's the beginning seeds for you to step into who you are meant to be and to be it fully and to shine in that being. And it's going to be available to you with a link below that you can use. So if you're craving more depth, more style, and more purpose, you are in the right place. You're exactly where you're meant to be. I want you to visit my website at www.joyruffen.com and book your complimentary one-on-one style clarity session. And let's awaken the radiance that's been waiting within you. And if we haven't met, I love to connect personally. And my featured guest will ask you the same. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joy Ruffen Fashioning, Femininity, Style, and Truth. You know, I love that word, truth. There are so many ways you could say it. And my featured guest today has given me grace. So already he's indebted. I'm indebted to him. This is where the conversation continues and the inspiration never ends. Now, the theme this month, I haven't quite decided yet, so I'm going to bypass that. And I'm going to go straight into introducing you to our featured guest speaker. Now, let me share with you a little bit before I bring him on, just a little bit about him, because I know you want to hear from him what he's all about and what he's doing. And you know, we're not sexist here. I work predominantly with women, but I'm all about being in complete partnership and cahoots and equality with men. And I know for sure that this featured guest speaker has the same mindset. Now, you know I'm bad with pronunciation. I think he's given me grace here too, but I'm going to really attempt to pronounce his name right. The first one is easy. It's Jakob Holmelund. Holmelund. He spells it Holmelund. Now, he's in, is it Denmark? I think it's Denmark. Is a founder of Holmelund Group. He invests in establishing coaching and expertise business savvy to create new income streams from courses and audience they already own. That means you and me. He helps us to be able to be more productive. He brings the entire setup, the strategy, the funding, the copy, and the sales, and works on pure revenue share. So partners pay only from results. Now, I think most likely that's really have your ears tingling a little bit. So all I want you to do is just sit back and help me welcome Jakob. Jakob, as they say on the telly, come on up and welcome.
Thank you, Joy. I am so glad to be here. I've really been looking forward. I partner with high-ticket business coaches and course creators. And what I do is that I fund all of the lead gen and the sales team and the copywriting and management to bring our partners new customers and clients. And I think that's what led me to come here, because I told you that when we had a conversation and you said, okay, that sounds really interesting, especially because I said that we don't charge any money up front. So we basically invest with our partners our time and our energy to see if we can get some more value from what they already have. And that's basically what we do. We see if we are aligned on our values and if we like talking to each other. So that would mean that we might like to work together as well. And then if all that fits, we dive in and see what they have. And we will sell courses and programs from $1,000 to $50,000 has happened through emails and group and communities. And we function alongside their business, so we do not disturb their business. We run in parallel and set up an add-on sales center that we can tap on, turn on and off. We set up a tap that we can turn on and off, so it fits with the client flow of the business that we partner with.
Jakob, I have to tell you what you're doing. It excited me when I met you, and I'm sure that many others want to hear more about it. And I love the work you're doing. And I also like that little bit of an accent you have there. Did I say the right thing? Are you from Denmark?
Yeah, I am. It's hard. It's hard to disguise that accent. I've given up, actually.
And so you should, because I love accents, and I've always thought global before I even knew. I love everything that you share with us, because most people are looking for a good partnership in what they do. And what you're offering is somewhat, it's not new, but it's with a different handle. Because when you talk about high ticket and course creators and a community and a partner and no money up front, well, that's appealing to everybody. Now, tell us, how did you come to this? How did you come to do what you do and why? And then we're going to go a bit more into detail about how you do it. But why did you start this? How do you do it? You gave us a little bit, but let's go back to the beginning. I like the beginnings of everything.
Yeah, and I think actually in the beginning as well, I said business coaches, but I work with all coaches. Basically, everyone who has a high ticket program or a course, we will be able to potentially help. But why do I do this? I think many are fed up a bit with having to put money down for retainers, and then basically have to just trust that good things will happen. And I think that people are especially fed up with that as it fails sometimes, because we all want to trust each other and trust that good things will happen.
Yes.
But that means that when it fails once, then okay, maybe we will pick up again on that model. When it fails twice, then maybe once more, maybe then a bit more because we need it. And then the more times that we have a bad experience, it will just get to a point where maybe as a business we have to, because that's the only model we can find, but it's not because we really like it. And when it gets to that point, then it's not fun for the business owner who runs courses, who needs ads and help with sales, and it's not fun for the agency either, that are really trying to do their best, but maybe run into some trouble that they could not foresee. So if we take all that and then try and step back and see, okay, so what's the problem here? The problem here is that we have agreed that we want to reach a target. We want to get some more sales. But then instead of saying, all right, you will cut my hair and then I will pay you afterwards before I leave this salon. Then we'll say, okay, give me the money first. And then we will have to trust that you will actually do what you said you would do and not just go in the other room and drink a cup of coffee. So, that's, but that's to illustrate, like when the payment for that service changes hands before the service has been delivered, then obviously the coach or the course creator will want as much value as possible for those dollars that they have just given away. So then they will want as many sales as possible. And then on the other hand, the agency who has just received money will want to, maybe subconsciously, but it's like they have already received money and now they will be focused on delivering, of course, but expending as little time or energy delivering what they promised, because they have already gotten the money. So why should they spend more time than necessary? So, but just by having those money changing hands too early in the process, you will have two potentially great partners at odds with each other. They're sitting across from each other, where the idea of doing it like this is that I like to stand besides the people I partner with, so we can see the same goal and look towards the same goal and figure out how we can get there.
Jakob, how does breaking the time money link, I think you've expressed it, but how does that tie in to all of this that you're sharing with us about this partnership? How do you explain that to us? Breaking the time money link.
Yeah. The way we seek out these partnerships is that we, because of the fact that we don't take money up front, we don't promise specific results. So of course there is a backside, a flip side to every coin. So that also means that we will not guarantee something specific. But what we will do is, so what I will say just really shortly about that is that businesses we partner with will still want to buy leads and have sales coming in through organic traffic or through ads. And then what we can do then is that we can go in and help them get more from those leads and those prospects that they have paid for already. So we will dive in and see, okay, you have this audience, you have a buyers list who has bought maybe a low ticket course, and they might be interested in buying some of the higher ticket stuff. People are often surprised that customers can go from a $200 product to a $5,000 product, but they can. But we can help by looking at by getting more, selling more to those customers. We can also take their courses to their non-buyers list. And we can also actually take those courses to external audiences at last. But what we essentially bring is that we go in and see what they have, and then we bring something more. And we do not promise how much more, but we promise that we will give it a try. And when it works out, there are sales, money coming along with that, of course. And because we do everything, we run the entire setup. So all the business owner has to do is to be on Zoom with me for a couple of hours talking about the offer and their audience. And after that, they are not spending any more time or energy or money. They They just have the sales coming in. So that way we can bring them more customers and more money without them having to spend time doing that. And that will free them up then to, because many business owners, the problem with scaling is that when you go get to a certain level, there's too much to think about and you don't have the bandwidth.
Yes. Now that leads me to what you gave me, and I think I can tie it in, but I want to hear it from you, because what you're talking about sounds a little serendipity, but it's also good. I know that because I know you. But what do you find, other than what you shared, the main point of what do they want, the businesses and the people that you're working with? Because you're doing, once you align with them and you decide that this is somebody you want to work with, what do they want other than the income? What is it that you feel that you've gotten so far, the men and women in the businesses that you work with? What is it that they want? Now that's a loaded question because it can go in any direction, but I think you have the answer because it's going to be different for everybody.
And I think the answer is that's very different, but still mostly the same as well. It depends on where you are in your journey and of course where you want to go with your business.
Right.
Some will want to have their business reach a certain level and then they will just want this extra freedom that we can bring, and then when they will go play golf or play with their kids, and that's what they will use that for. And some others, business owners, may want to scale and really reach more people. And what this will enable them to do is to think less about bringing in those extra sales and to scale their business, because we can go in and we can bring those extra sales without them having to expend any mental bandwidth towards that. So they can go figure out how they want to scale their business, where they want to go. They can spend their time in a mastermind instead of sweating over sales calls to just close some more.
Well, Jakob, you answered the question, because the first thing that you came up with, and you're absolutely right, and I hope I qualified it in asking you this, because it will be different for each and every individual. And what you said, though, initially, whatever that word freedom means to the individual who's put together their packages, their programs and whatever, and yet they're not scaling to where they want to be, and they wanted leaving a legacy. They want some time to breathe for themselves. And you come in and you take the reins, so to speak. What is it they say? Jesus, take the reins, take the helm. That's what you're doing. Plus, I'm sure you started off by saying it has to be someone that you can see what they're about and probably do any, every, and all for them, so that they can begin to maybe be more creative and so on, which is what it seems you'll be showing them, because you're going to be doing everything for them. Now, you also said that you don't take money up front, and that appeals to people, but then you're very selective. You said high ticket people from what they're doing. So it's not about the currency. It's not about the money overall. Or have you found that to be in addition to the freedom?
No, of course it's always a little about money, but at this point, it's mostly about getting more time and more energy. And yes, that's right, high ticket, and basically that's mostly actually to just because what we do is it can be so broad. We can also look into licensing. For example, if you've been in business for some years, you will likely have some discontinued programs, and maybe that can be taken. That's recordings and all sorts of good things that have helped people in the past. Maybe 2 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, maybe more. But many in many cases it's on evergreen subjects. So we might be able then to go in and directly use that content or repurpose it and then license it from them as a product where they don't have to have any hands-on. So maybe it has been sold as a group coaching program, but we can now make it a completely self-paced program. And of course, that will be lower ticket, but then you have a product that is just indefinitely scalable. So that can be cloned as many times as you want to, and that will bring a lot of income, and it will also bring a lot of new buyers into the business. So if we can take that and then put it into different marketplaces and get a little money from that, but then get the leads basically that will create for the business. If I license it, people will opt in and be on my list. But what we can then do is that, of course, in a course that's repurposed like that, there will be a bonus module where the business owner will have put in a special gift with a link so that people can opt into their current list and hear about their current programs. So basically, in that way, they will get paid to get leads into their business from something that they created maybe 5 years ago and is just sitting in a Google Drive right now. So that's like the next level to that. But that's normally not the first conversation. The first conversation will be about getting them some more people into the courses that they're selling right now.
Well, let's piggyback a wee bit, because we're talking about high ticket businesses, whether solo or any other. But I know it's hard to answer this, Jakob, but you can give us some type of clarity here. What type of broad-based businesses are you working with that are at the top 3, and the type of entrepreneurial businesses, solo, corporate, whatever? What are the main? Because even though you're broad-based, I did hear you say that a couple of times, there must be certain types of businesses that are more profitable for you and your team. And you've mentioned quite a few times the team. How many people are you having working with you to accomplish all of this for every single individual or business?
Yeah, this is 100% on this partnership model, actually. So and also on my side. So I have partners that I work with, but we are each our own business. So that just makes it extremely flexible. So when I have something that will need more attention than what I can deliver, or what I can deliver with one partner, I will be able to call on more people. And we have a network of people who helps run these campaigns. We call them tappers, that instead of having sales calls, they are at the keyboard, so they can do DMs and emails, which is what we do. So it's all like a network based on my side as well.
Yes, so let's get to the nitty gritty, because this is what people want to hear. And I've heard you answer, and yet, so with a team and all of these people doing all of the work for the businesses, high ticket, what is the percentage? How does it break down? Is it standard for any and every type of business, or is it contingent on the type of business? What is the percentage breakdown?
Yeah, that it depends on the business, on the offer, on the value of the offer. It can be anywhere from 20% to 50% in some cases, where there are some repurposing to do, and they don't have any delivery at all in it. Licensing is a different percentage that we take on a lot more there, because we have to bring it to a new market. But on those courses, it will be generally between 20 to max 50%. And that depends on of course, if we help sell a 25K course, we will not necessarily need 50% for that to make sense for us. That's of course. And also, a course like that, there will be some delivery on the course creator side, so it will not make sense. So that will maybe likely be more towards the 20%. Also, what we do and what we find, not with a course priced at 20 or 25K, but courses priced at 1K or 2K are very often underpriced. These people can take much more than that. So actually, in many cases, we can go in and say, okay, you're charging 2K for this. In our experience, we could be selling this for 3K. So if we take this, and again, it's no risk to them. If we take this and go sell it for 3K, you will get the 2K. So basically, you will get paid in full, and you will not do anything for it. Would it be all right then that we took 1,000 with us for doing that? And that happens a lot of times, actually, that we will find some room for what we need for it to make sense for us.
That's a very good thing. I don't think anybody's going to argue with that. Now, again, another question, but it's contingent upon, and then we have to find out how to connect and meet with you, those who want to, because we are global. You'll have to give out your email address and then give them your LinkedIn information, which we will say here. But what type of issues or not issues, what type of things do they need from you, most people? Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it promotional stuff? Is it opening their eyes to something that maybe they missed, so that when you start to market and promote it? What do you find is the key thing that, even though the businesses are vastly different, that most seek from you outside of you making the investment in them? What is it that you find most need? I like what you ended with. Many of them, they have a price point for their packages, and it's too low, and you can up it to a price that's reasonable and profitable for both parties. I like that. But what else would there be that you find with many of the businesses and people that you work with?
Yeah, that is actually as different as the businesses are, because in some cases, we can actually just use the marketing that they have already, right. Because they have sales copy that have been doing well, and we can use that in our emails, maybe chop it up a bit differently. But our process is different than what most people do, sending out emails and just closing people off of those emails, having them click into the offer and then buy, or going on a sales call. We will have them respond to us in email and have conversations in email back and forth or in chat. So we will use what some businesses will use as a sales email. We will use it more as a conversation starter, and then do something more on the back of that. And then I think actually that's also an important thing to mention, because many clients might not close on a sales call because they feel uncomfortable, especially with all this modern Zoom technology where you have to press up and all. So they can, they find if they're not comfortable, they will freeze and not think straight, and that will either get them to buy because they feel pressured, and that may not be because they are being pressured, but they just feel pressured because of the situation. Yes. Or they will just close down and just not do anything. But when we reach those people in this way, without going on sales calls, they will have the time they need to think. And then some will be a no, and that's fine. And some will be a yes. but they will have a chance, to ask the questions as they want to, and have the time to think about it before they get back. So that's another thing, but it takes time and energy to do this in email, because it's not like putting down the time in the calendar and that's the sales call for an hour, and then that's done. This is more like you have to do it on the as the client, as it fits the potential client.
I like that. That's a very salient point. Jakob, I don't know where the time goes. I say this each and every time I meet with someone, especially when they're full of absolutely potent information as you are. But let's tell people, you tell people how they can connect with you. I can do it, and I will do it as well on my outro, but tell them how they can connect with you, because even though you're in Denmark and I'm in Florida, we're connected. And we will be. So there is no distance. So share with people how, when they listen to this, those who are tuning in, when we put this up for the record on the radio station and they want to connect with you, how do they get to you? Tell them how.
Yeah, and they will find me on my LinkedIn. So that's just LinkedIn, and search for my name, Jakob Holmelund. And they can also send me an email. That's jakob@holmelundgroup.com, and I will respond to that as well. So, but the easiest thing will be to just find me on my LinkedIn profile. Yes.
That's one of the leading profile social media platforms, and that's great. Well, we've covered a little bit of everything, a lot of stuff, and it can be somewhat confusing and maybe whatever for people, but I think it's all here, and people will receive what they need. Value is everywhere. That's how you ended, and I agree with that. Value is everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and you are making sure that those who are ready and they have created something that's a high ticket and they want to get more exposure and all of that other stuff that you mentioned, then you would be someone that they could connect and chat with and decide. Both of you decide, because it has to be a win-win for both of you, right? Or it's not going to work.
It has, like with as we talked about with currency and with value being everywhere. It has to be, of course, we want to make money, both of us, but we also want to be aligned so that we will give each other more energy than we will have to expend into the partnership. So that makes, you can make it a win-win on all levels. And of course, you will not click with all people, and that's just how it is. And that's nothing to be. But when it fits, when the mission is aligned, and when the personalities click, and things are set up so that there are money to be made for both parties, then this is a great deal for both sides.
Yes, it's a win-win. And you use some of my favorite words here. You have to have an alignment and a connection that's going to be conducive for both of you to be profitable. And even though profit might be the number one, it's still at the top. Jakob, I just love what you do. I think that you do it with heart and soul connected. And I really look for men and women who have that connection. And you do. So thank you. I'm going to wrap it up now, but you can stay here and you can tune in, and I'll be back with you in just a second. And as they say on the telly, be quiet as a church mouse. My League of Eagles, what a rich and soul-stirring conversation we shared today with our guest, Jakob Holmelund, Holmelund. Now, he's in Denmark, and it's a very hard name for me to pronounce, but all of you know this by now. But I just keep shrugging on. I trust you're leaving this episode with some key takeaways. The key takeaway that I'm walking away with today is that Jakob looks for people who are high ticket that he can align with, and together they can make something that's going to be more than profitable for both parties. It's really a true partnership, and he's building a small community which will escalate over time. And your assignment, you know this, my League of Eagles, is to connect with Jakob. Well, that's a wrap for today. Leaders, in light, love, and legacy. I'm Joy Ruffen, and it's always my honor to be your guide and companion along this path. Let me leave you with a precious gem from what Jakob said. He said that basically most of us, however we break it out or lead into it, we're seeking some type of freedom for ourselves. So you think about that as well, because as your minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings, know that I am always here for you. If today's conversation has sparked something within you, and I believe it has, you're going to connect with Jakob Holmelund, Holmelund. He's on LinkedIn. You can find any and everything that you need to know about him and connect with him there. And be sure to visit my Style Clarity Bundle link, which will be in this broadcast too, in the caption below, where you can grab your complimentary Style Clarity Bundle and book your complimentary one-on-one session with me as we begin together an awakening that radiates within you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joy Ruffen, Fashioning, Femininity, Style, and Truth. Love that word, truth. And style is not only indigenous to women, it's for men and women. Remember, we're about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. That's why I have both men and women. More women, but I have men who come here too, because we're about fresh insights and style with substance and a conversation that awakens something in you. So whether you're drawn to leadership, signature style, divine femininity, truth, or the simple, profound power of living boldly, and as Jakob said, freely, freedom, you belong here. Join me next week, same time, same place, for another transformative conversation you won't want to miss. Until we meet again, every moment is a chance to grow, to rise, and to live more fully. Soar high, my eagles, because that's what you are, eagles, my league of eagles. Much love from my heart to yours. Keep soaring. Cheers.